Yes.
Alright, so last time in the sprawl, most of the runners hunkered down in their hotel room on the 18th floor of the Monaco Hotel while Dith took up his post in the main lobby, and the latecomer Sig watched the Raw Shrimp restaurant. Up in the hotel, Sam, Red, and Bull split their guard duties between watching the halls, sleeping, and watching the windows. Stas was soon snoring comfortably on the couch, and the hours of watching began. Sig did some more direct reconnaissance when she snuck along the street to place a tracker on the blue Americar, even up to the locked rear entrance, but not wanting to risk anything more, went back to her car and continued her stakeout. Dith was left unbothered in the lobby for most of the night, until when the night manager was called to a disturbance, a bellhop came over and asked if he could leave, under the premise of making room for the cleaning crew. Dith refused, even going so far as to call Tony in the middle of the night to make his point. The bellhop quickly relented. Meanwhile, a large truck had pulled up to the Raw Shrimp, passing right by Sig in her car. It stopped momentarily outside the restaurant, and 5 individuals hop out the back and enter the restaurant. Just minutes later, 7 come out dressed in black and wearing masks, and load up and begin heading towards the hotel with Sig in pursuit. Back at the hotel, Dith is having a conversation with the night manager Beth about Jimmy the bellhop, and as he leaves her office, he notices Jimmy is gone. Sig followed the truck through the relatively empty downtown streets and was quickly coming up to the Monaco Hotel. As it came screeching to a stop around the back of the hotel, Dith was running after Jimmy, but turned around when he heard the truck had arrived and quickly grabbed Beth from her office. While briefly explaining the danger to her, they grabbed her master key and made for the elevators to the 18th floor. In Stas's room, Red, Sam, and Bull were already preparing to move to another room to lose their attackers. Once Dith arrived with Beth and the key card, they headed for an empty room on the same floor. Meanwhile, once Sig had confirmed the truck had emptied and the masked men had entered the hotel, she came around the front door, brandishing her shotgun, which unfortunately set off the Monaco's alarm system, putting it in a lockdown mode. Not wanting to be around when Lone Star came, Sig beat a hasty retreat, returned her shotgun to her car, and came back looking for a way to the 18th floor. On the 18th, the runners heard outside their room sounds of breaking and smashing doors and the occasional scream cut short by muffled gunfire. They decided to move before the men reached their room and take the stairs down to safety. The runners and their civilians in tow made it to the stairs, but found that that there were more men coming up the stairs from below. So they headed up narrowly, avoiding pursuit from the 18th floor. With the choice of the roof or the 20th floor, Dith led them through the door to the 20th floor, and led them through the door on the 20th floor, and unlocked the first room he saw with Beth's key. Suddenly, a chair came crashing over his head as the occupant prepared to repel whoever was breaking into his room. Dith barely managed to calm him down and convince him they meant no harm, in order to get everyone into the room before the door to the stairs opened. Back on the first floor, Sig began climbing the stairs and heard the pursuers far above her, and caught some of their radio chatter calling for a retreat after meeting up on the 18th floor, as Lone Star was likely close to converging on this hotel. Sig also not wanting to be there when the cops showed up, left to wait out the storm. Soon after, red and blue lights were everywhere on the streets surrounding the hotel, and SWAT teams began clearing floor by floor. Luckily, the Monaco was owned by the mob and made sure to pay generously to the Lone Star Retirement Fund, and not many questions were asked of their guests, and soon everyone was allowed back inside. All reunited, the runners relaxed in their new room and finally got some rest. So that's where you guys are.
All right.
Good night, fellas. Good night.
Say grind your teeth in the night.
God damn it.
Did we get Biff to sweet talk Beth into like comping us out for?
Well, his room is already comp, so you already have a comp room, I guess. So
Yeah.
it just got moved, basically.
But I'm a knight now, and knights get paid double.
So you have too many fridges to raid.
Yeah, so I guess. So, what time do they have to be at the meeting this evening at the restaurant?
I'm gonna 2 p.m. So it's like a late. It's like a brunch thing. And then his flight is at like 6, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
time
okay.
is
I thought it was
or,
at dinner.
sorry, not what time. Where is it at again?
If it was, I'm moving it up, just because
Oh, okay.
it doesn't.
Can I change my reservation?
Yeah,
I have like
yeah.
a 7
I mean,
p.m. reservation there.
yeah. We'll just say you have your reservation at the same time.
Okay.
It's fine.
Um,
Time is relative.
Looking at my tracking device, or the receiver, is there anything
Coming
on
up?
the? I put this on the Americar.
Yeah. What's the rating of your device?
I really wish I would have kept it on me and placed it on the truck because they were inside for a minute.
Yeah, but there was the guy waiting outside.
Oh, the driver was still there. Yeah, that's true.
The driver, and there was a guy watching outside.
There was also a guy. Okay.
He was hanging by the corner.
Sorry, 1 sec. No.
Just getting my cheat sheet for flux range. I mean, I'm guessing it's like rating. Yeah, so the GPS is the transmitter, right?
It's
Yeah, so they would
AO
rely on that. Okay.
so it's like the alpha whatever. Okay.
Does it have like a rating or anything?
In the street gear.
I mean, like you purchase it at a certain rating. So I don't think there's not one rating for GPSs. Like you can get ones that
Right.
like function for like 50 miles.
Yep. I'm just checking with it. I'm pretty sure it was 6.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the AOD. What does the AOD mean?
Activate on demand, so it's not constantly transmitting.
Okay, yeah, so she'll activate. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so it's rating 6.
Uh-huh.
And you're in the urban environment. Yeah, you don't get any return signal.
Oh, damn it.
It's either out of range or deactivated. You're not sure.
How far range is it? Sorry.
Give me a electronics warfare roll. Target number
Okay.
4. To see if you can sort of guesstimate in this sort of urban environment and downtown with all this busy traffic and
Okay.
air traffic, how far you suspect your signal would go.
We'll get tracking device. Okay. Let's see here. Electronics warfare is 4. Yes. And it's 4.
Okay. You know that, you know, the ratings they give you on the device, like, you know, your rating 6 device should have a range of about 12 kilometers, but you know that within a city in an urban setting with a bunch of noise in the background, that is reduced. You're not quite sure by how much, but so you're working in a sub 12 kilometer radius.
So I'd have to like go out, drive around for a bit, maybe cruise around the city, maybe the highways, and just try and see if I can pick up in like a maybe 10-mile radius of the raw shrimp. I don't know, things to consider. Sorry,
Okay, yeah. Are you?
but
Oh, you're just
she'll
considering.
be sitting. This I guess this will be in the morning. If she's not really doing anything, I think we're all resting, whatever.
Yeah, Stas is sleeping off his hangover. I'll say it's like still early in the morning. whenever you guys normally get up is when you get up.
How close are you to recovering, Diff? She'll like, yeah, look after Diff.
I think I have 4 days left.
You got 4 days, yeah.
So Wednesday. I think.
Well, I mean, this meeting's got a lot more intense now. But we have this hit squad with no mercy or regard for life. And as Red put it, you know, we've heard what they've said. They're gonna try for us next time, you know. And Stas is only in town for one more night, or even until tonight, if brunch goes well. So, which we definitely can't count on.
I don't think so.
Is it worth, maybe one of us should ask Stas if he knows any of the details about who he's meeting? Because they haven't really told us.
It was just the Italian mob.
Is it the
I
Italian?
mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
do any of you have any sort of like mob knowledge skills or anything? You could roll to see like who would be at an important meeting like this.
Underworld politics? Is that...
Underworld politics could work, yeah.
Criminal organization.
Criminal organizations.
Yeah, that would work.
Opera?
Target? Yes. You get a bonus.
So wait, there's underworld politics and what were the two skills?
Criminal organizations.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll say for underworld politics, it's target number 4. For criminal organizations, since because it'll be like,
What do I have? 2?
because I think underworld politics is more about the movers and shakers. Criminal organizations more about like what they do and who runs what where. So yeah, it's 4 for the more political one and 5 for the other one.
Also, can I do a gang identification after this for the hit squad guys at the Raw Shrimp?
They didn't have any sort of outward markings or
They
anything.
were all masked.
Yeah, that you could use to identify them.
What about this description of the people that I gave? Didn't they have tattoos on their face?
Right.
Um,
Do you have any like pictures or anything? I mean, like describing a tattoo to Sig is kind of difficult.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how frequent facial tattoos are on Japanese fellows, but
It's quite common.
I don't know if that's a moniker for any kind of gangs.
yeah, sorry, the whole political.
I mean, all of you know like Asian gangs. There's like the Silpa of the 5 Rings. There's the Yakuza. There's the Triad. There's another one I'm forgetting. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of Asian gangs. Okay, so Dith got 2. Okay, so Dith, you know that, like the sort of Italian and Russian mafias haven't really usually gotten along. So at like an important meeting like this, it'll probably be some of the upper leadership of the mafia, maybe even all of it. Definitely, probably the dons of each district, and maybe even the capo, which is the don of dons, might be there.
What is that? The who was it?
The capital.
The capital?
Right. Yes.
Capo.
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 Wait, so is Stas the only Russian representative that's coming to this thing? There's like
Yeah.
the entire Italian mob.
I mean, even just getting them to send over a representative was a big step. They've been enemies for years, so even getting someone to talk with them. I mean, and Stas is I mean, you didn't really ask him to. Well, I mean, you had small talk and stuff. He's not a small fry in the Russian mob. I mean, he's been kind of coy about. He hasn't just spilled all the beans about what he does and who he knows and stuff like that. But you get the sense that his word carries a lot of weight. And obviously, sending the entire Russian leadership here would be dangerous.
Why? I mean, last night went so well.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave us this job? The Italian mob did, didn't they, to protect them?
I thought it was
It was the Russian mob who gave you this job.
Oh, they did. Okay.
They wanted a third party to provide protection rather than Mafia.
And Tony and the Don are aware that we're doing this, I assume, because I called Tony about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So your ties to the Mafia were a little bit of a red flag, but you know, Bolvi knows his contact, the Russian teacher. He's been really good in class. So.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take my leave from the hotel in the morning sometime, because I have to go eventually get ready and pick up Teresa. But I also want to call Tony and tell him about this, but not while I'm around Stas. So.
Okay. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm kind of going to be changing up the way I do, like, perception and stuff. I'm not going to be, well, first off, I'm just going to be sort of, when I describe things, I'm going to be trying to, like, as long as it's not hidden, or someone's not trying to keep something hidden from you guys, or something's not hard to see or something like that, I'm just going to be more forthcoming with sort of descriptions of things and things that kind of might move the plot forward or are important that aren't necessarily hard to see. But I'm never going to ask you guys for a perception check. It's always going to be you asking, like, what do I notice about specific thing X, or what about the color of his jacket or something, or did I notice anything when he pulled out his wallet? You know, it's going to be more, you guys are always going to be the ones to initiate a perception check.
Okay.
And then if there is like sort of enemy sort of stealth things, I will roll for them and basically make they will roll, you guys won't have to roll perception or something like that. Still a work in progress. If any of you have any ideas or thoughts about that. But basically with the system now where it's all open rolls, or not in the open is in the system, but I don't make any rolls in secret. Like asking you guys for a perception check or making certain rolls for you, like I'm not going to make your perception checks in secret. So right.
Cool. Wait, so if enemies are trying to sneak, you're gonna roll their stealth?
Mm-hmm.
And then okay.
Against a
But then
target
is there,
number,
like, a passive that you've considered for us, I guess.
no, it'll basically be how distracted you guys are, what sort of, have you set someone on watch, or someone specifically looking in, for something of that nature, things like that will define how easy it is to sneak up on you guys.
Wait, why are we getting snuck up on?
I don't know, people usually sneak around in the shadows.
Cool. Sounds good.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna try to slip out of the hotel this morning then.
Okay, like slip out without any of the runners noticing, or
sorry,
just,
no. Yeah, I'll take my leave I'll say goodbye to Stas. I won't say see you later.
He's probably still asleep.
Okay, then I won't even bother.
Yeah.
So whoever is awake, I'll just mention that I should catch you guys at the restaurant later. I'll try to be undercover again, but so don't wave when you see me, please.
Yeah, I guess I'll just mention, I don't know how, you're just being there essentially trying to just have an extra set of eyes on the, like, first floor, I guess?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I guess just, if you see anything, obviously just let us know. I'm a little bit concerned that they might try to make another move during that meeting. If they have any, like, cooks that are working there, or just wait staff or something else along those lines that they might. I don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes per se, but so just keep your eyes open and not to see anything.
Absolutely. Yep. Will do. All right, gents. Good luck. I hope hopefully this goes cleanly, but I can't imagine it will.
It never does.
I'm gonna make a few calls in relation to some of the stuff that happened last night. I'll let you guys know if I hear anything.
All right. Best of luck.
All right, so I'll take the elevator down and head out to my car.
Okay.
So okay, into your something. I'll hop in. I'll exit the parking garage.
Okay.
Pay for my overnight parking.
Oh yeah, you're a couple blocks away. Say 50 new yen.
Okay. And then so I'll start driving. And I'll try to. I'm just gonna kind of drive around for a while to see if I notice any tails on me. I'm not gonna drive aggressively, but take a nice long scenic route to see if I notice any constant cars that are easy to be close behind me. So.
Okay. Give me a perception check. No, you don't notice anything following you.
Okay. So I'll make a call to Tony while I'm driving.
Okay.
Street etiquette.
No. I think with the etiquette things, I'm gonna change that to, like, I don't want just one role to sort of define the whole conversation. So basically, anytime you want like information or want something from your contact, then I'll have you roll to see if A, they know it, or B, they're willing to tell you.
Okay.
So yeah. So yeah, he picks up the phone. You can hear a bunch of people in the background. He's like talking to someone else as he picks up the phone. He says, crap, I forget his last name again.
Falsetti.
Falsetti. Right. The false one. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's Falsetti.
Hey, Tony, it's Darkstar.
Oh, hey. I heard about what happened at the hotel.
Yeah, fun evening.
Yeah.
Look, me and my guys are putting our necks on the line here, so we gotta cut the shit. Did you guys have anything to do with this? Look, I know you got beef with the Russians, but...
He shakes his head. He's like, why would we invite them out here and only that, like... I mean, Stas is up there, but he's no big fish, and killing him would just piss off the Russians. No, this isn't our doing. I don't know if you can hear all this going on behind me, but we're working pretty hard at finding out who hit our place of business. We don't take kindly to that stuff.
All right, well, I may have some rough descriptors of these fine gentlemen. Don't know how much it'll help, but so I'll just kind of skim through some of the details from last night about the sushi joint.
Mm-hmm.
That the waiter seemed to notice Stazat, that he called, and a few guys a few Japanese guys with kind of wild haircuts and facial tattoos arrived. They made some calls, and eventually another truck full of 5 or 6 other Japanese guys showed up.
They're Japanese.
Weren't they Japanese? Or they were masked, I guess.
Were they
They were
masked
technically.
when Say got them out.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
they left the truck, they were all geared up.
Okay. So
I mean,
I'll
it's
say
a reasonable assumption.
6 masked guys showed up then.
Okay.
And then
And they were
you know that a couple of them were because a few more accompanied them out of the raw shrimp. Who like 6 went in and like 8 or 9 came out or whatever.
right. And they were all speaking Japanese during the operation.
It's true.
But yeah, so I don't know if that helps. I don't know if you've ever heard of this sushi place before or any moms associated with it.
He says those little mom and pop shops are usually paying protection to someone. So, yeah, for all I know, it could be a front. I've never heard of it though.
Were there any, like the armor that they had on, or any of the pretty nondescript, I see?
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be just like vests. They probably had. They may even have had like, what you call it? Why am I blanking on the name of that company? It's Aaron. Ares. Like they make all the body armor and stuff. You know, probably a lot of your armor has that name stamped on it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's basically, I think Ares, I think in the canon they like own Walmart. They own like most of the major American companies.
The truck that they showed up in, did it have any markings on it, or was it just like a...
No, it was just a beat up sort of delivery truck. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, from what I hear, a few comrades that speak Japanese, they seem to suggest that these guys were, when they left last night, they were going to try something again. So probably tonight. How's the protection looking at this restaurant?
Well, considering the guest list, it'll take a small army to assault that place. I'll tell you that much.
I assume you guys have done. Well, I hope we have new personnel changes within the past few months.
No, we got most of the. I mean, each Don is going to be responsible for their quote unquote honor guard, but I don't think any of them take their own safety.
I mean, at the restaurant itself. Assume you guys keep a tight lid on who's working there, and
yeah, most of I think I have a cousin working there. Yeah, most of the kids of the made men sort of work there. You know, sort of a rite of passage.
What about this bellhop that was working at the hotel last night? He's partially responsible for all of this shit that went down.
Yeah, I heard he paid the price too, or something happened to him. Was that your work?
Nope. You know I don't work like that, Tony. Come on.
Well, I assume people you work with work like that sometimes.
What's the story with that kid? How did he get in?
I don't know. We haven't done much follow-up. Kid lived with his mother alone. Took care of her. Probably owed a favor to the wrong person, if you ask me.
Alright, well, I'm just checking to make sure that none of our bellboys or barbacks and waiters don't...
I mean, the kid had worked there for 6 or 7 months, way before we even started working on this deal. So can't speak to any grand conspiracy. And we can't background check every dishwasher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you might need to when you have all of the power of the Italian mob coming together in one place.
Well, that's what we pay you for, right?
I guess so. Speaking of which, you're not paying us for this. So.
Oh, are we not? Oh, my mistake.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll do our best to keep Stas alive. I mean, it's in all of your best interests to keep him alive as well, unless if you want things going south with the Russians. So.
Don't I know it? Don't worry, we've got and you might have noticed, like, on your way out of the hotel, like you saw like a few not so hidden people dressed in like fine suits with earpieces all over the place. You noticed a fair amount of those guys.
All right, Tony. Well, I guess I'll probably catch a glimpse of you tonight or this afternoon, but.
He said if I'm not on the phone or running something or other, when these guys get together, it's always a pain in the ass.
Sounds like it. All right, well, Godspeed. Hoping the best today.
Watch yourself out there.
Indeed. I'll hang up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I'll head. I'll probably won't go back to section 9. I'll probably go to like a medium lifestyle house and get changed and wash up.
Okay, so what are the rest of you guys doing while Dith is out driving and speaking?
I mean, I guess while Stas is still, I'm gonna be staying kind of with Stas. I guess obviously it's kind of what we're being paid to do, but for the time being, while he's still sleeping, I'll probably just do a patrol here and there on the floor that we're staying in, just kind of trying to look out and be cautious about who's around, that kind of stuff.
Okay. You also see like a few guys who look too big for their suits walking around. They sort of like just like nod at you as they walk by.
Give them that infamous head nod back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but besides that, you can tell a lot of the other guests are sort of, half of them are relieved by this extra presence. The other half are even more scared. But yeah, besides that, there's no other signs of trouble.
Okay.
Fred's out doing that. I'm gonna just stay in the room, be at hand.
Okay.
Sig's gonna be on the road too, and she's gonna pass. Let's go towards the hotel again. I mean, I'm assuming last night she stayed at S9. She evaded the.
Oh, did you not? You didn't go to the. You didn't take the room with the rest of the guys?
Maybe I did. I thought.
It's up to you.
No, yeah, I joined up with everyone. That's right.
Okay.
Like the 12th floor or something. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're driving around. Are you trying to look for your tracking signal?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So.
Let's see. Is there anywhere in particular you're going, or you're just sort of looping around, like sort of spiraling out from the hotel?
Well, first I guess I'll cruise towards the direction of the raw shrimp and see if there's if it's still there or if it's been
It's
moved.
been demolished. Oh, you mean the car, not the raw
Yeah.
shrimp. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's, okay. It's not there, and yeah, I don't think you get a blip on your GPS receiver. Yeah, no.
Let's see. She will. Let me pull up this map real quick. Where is the Monaco Hotel at again?
It's basically right in the heart of downtown.
Okay.
It's
She'll
like,
drive.
it's like, yeah, like right about where the sea is for downtown. And that sea basically just denotes, yeah, it's the heart.
She'll drive towards the Renton district.
Okay. Like just following main roads, or like how much meandering are you gonna do?
Let's see.
Because driving like to Renton and back, it'll be like almost, you might like be, it'll be tough to make it to the meeting if you drive to Renton and back.
Oh, it's that far.
I mean, it's at least like a few hours. Like this, like
The meeting's at brunch.
like the actual city of Seattle today probably encompasses like probably maybe like the downtown section, like, and probably not even the total of the downtown district.
Oh, I
So
see what
like
you're saying.
that's the sort of scale we're working on. Like this is a megaplex. Like this is a massive, huge city that would
Interesting.
take you like the better part of a day to drive from the top to the bottom.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess you'll do like
Oh, it may
2
not that
hours
big.
worth.
Maybe
2 hours
traffic.
worth of-
So you're just sort of like heading
or
in
however
southeast
little.
and then back.
Yeah. Kind of towards the Snohomish district, but
Oh, north, not Renton.
yeah, I don't want to go towards Renton.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Let's see. Make a luck check. Target number 9. See if you catch a glimpse of it. Oh,
Oh.
no. You don't get a single blip on your reader.
Well, I guess she'll cruise on back and join up with the guys for the meeting whenever that transpires.
Okay, so Sig's probably gone until like maybe noon. What are the Sampton and Red are just watching Stas. Probably around like 10:30 or so. Stas wakes up, sort of wipes the spittle away from his mouth, and just sort of like stumbles over to the bathroom. Like he'd seem like splashed some water on his face and something to drink. Not alcoholic this time.
Should we call up room service for you there, Stas?
So I had a crazy dream that we were running from someone, and he looks around like this. This is not the same room. Yes.
I'd love to tell you it was a dream, Stas, but
It wasn't.
He sort of like shakes his head like, damn, I missed all the fun.
No, you were having some fun. You just don't remember it.
Nah, I think that is worse then. Yes.
Could be.
He says, room service. Do they have pancakes?
Sure they do.
yeah,
Yeah, they
sure they do.
Sure. Okay. So you guys order some
Yeah,
room
someone's
service.
pan of cake. You have?
He offers to like, it's like, this, I'm not paying for this room, so if you would like anything. And you can see like on the menu, they have like, there's actually like real fruit, and there's like steak and eggs. Of course the steak portion is like maybe just a few ounces, but it's actually real beef. It's not soy beef compound.
It's a delicacy.
It is.
I'll nab some of that steak and eggs.
All right. Sampton, oh yeah, get some actual real fruit. Nice. All right, yeah. So you guys have a good meal. Stas sort of quizzes you guys about like what happened last night and like who was after him. Obviously, not much is known in that direction, but yeah, you guys just talk for a while.
Yeah, I might kind of ask him a little bit more about the meeting today, what he knows is actually going to happen, maybe some other bigwigs that might be there, or that kind of stuff. Just try to get some more general information about it.
Okay. Yeah, so he probably like explains like this is sort of like the negotiation of the negotiations.
Okay.
There's some general outline of like the Russians have a lot of hardware, and not very good ways of moving that hardware. So basically, what they're hoping to set up and what the Seattle Mafia is hoping to set up is sort of like a pipeline. Like they're going to take Russian arms and sort of drugs and sort of funnel them into Seattle and the UCAS and the sort of Native American lands, and then sort of funnel that money, after taking a nice cut for themselves back into the Russians. And this is sort of like a huge deal. The Russians and Italians never worked together before, or at least not in the UCAS or Seattle specifically. And yeah, it's like a major olive branch. If it works out, both of them will be, make out pretty well. There'll be a lot of money for the Russians and a lot of hardware for the Italians, sort of like balancing out each side. Like the Italians have a lot of money and connections, but not a lot of hardware. So it should be a huge deal if it's reached.
About the meeting itself, are there any kind of like the guidelines or procedures that we should be aware of, or like code of conduct, things that we shouldn't do, that kind of stuff? Last thing I want to do is say something or do something wrong and everybody's getting shot.
He laughs. He says, "Well, I'll do the talking, of course, and you just stand there and look tough, huh? I'm sure the rest of the Italians will have their bodyguards, yes?
Probably.
So, you will be my bodyguard."
Okay. I guess I'll just... Do you know... Is this your first time in Seattle?
He nods.
Right. Okay. Then I shouldn't... That's a dumb question to ask. We'll just kind of voice a slight concern about where we're meeting based upon what happened last night, and I don't know, just God forbid that we're actually being like served food and drinks and that kind of stuff. If there's one like rogue chef that can go out so quick.
Mm-hmm.
But
he says, "I'm sure that these Italians love their food, yes, so I'm sure we'll have much, how do you say, jerking of each other off? With the pleasantries and, in Russia we would just get to the point over a glass of vodka, but that is me."
only things were that simple.
He nods. Is there anything else you want to specifically ask him or speak about, or talk to him while he's sort of like eating and you're all getting ready?
Any idea how long the negotiations are supposed to last for?
Says, "Well, my flight is, what is he like, pulls out his like phone, he's like 6 o'clock, so hopefully not before then. Like I said, it's the pre-negotiation, so
Right.
no deal will be struck here, only to see if they're actually legitimate in what they want and what we're willing to give them."
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Red might just kind of move back into stupid small talk kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Talk to him about the some opera.
Maybe
some classic Russian operas.
Yeah, maybe we'll ask him about the what is the sport that's in Seattle. I forget what it's called.
Oh,
Combat
there's
something.
combat biking, and there's also urban brawl.
Okay. Yeah, I might ask him if he has anything like that in Russia.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
He nods, and he like tells you about the Russian league, and how their their rules and regulations aren't quite as strict as they are in the UCAS, so it's a lot more fun. Many more deaths per year.
True enjoyment then.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Dith, what are you doing after your first call and after you're getting pampered?
Indeed. So yeah, I'll go if it's around like one. I'm not sure how far Druris is, but I'll leave.
I mean, I'm just, you guys will all get to the, unless you do
Okay.
something to the contrary, you'll all get to the meeting at the same time around and on time.
Okay. So yeah, I'll try to. I'll go pick up Jerissa
Okay.
a little bit before, and then head to the restaurant.
She's wearing a very nice blue dress.
Sigil will get there a little early and sort of wait to pick out Stas and Red and Sam and kind of approach them as they exit their vehicle.
So when you get there early, like you get there and even early there's like three big guys like standing by the door.
Yeah,
You do see some people.
Car kind of close, but keep an eye on the scene. Not really get out. Yeah, there's three big guys by the door. Is there?
I mean, there's like plenty of Russian muscle around, or Italian mobsters around there.
Are they?
They like looking at you very suspiciously as you just sort of sit in your car.
Are they? I mean, I'm gonna park down the street.
Even then, there's like big black SUVs driving by every once in a while. They're just like sort of slowly roll by you.
Gotcha. Okay. And are they like openly carrying?
I mean, you've been around people who have concealed holsters. I mean,
Okay, but
yeah,
but they're not
probably packing.
they're not like brandishing assault rifles across their chests or anything.
No,
Okay,
nothing quite that brash. But they definitely have sort of
No,
concealed vests and sidearms.
Sunday best. Well, she's gonna
It's
pull
classic.
out. Yeah, she's gonna pull out and kind of cruise up the block and give a call to Sampton, see if he picks up.
Okay, you mean you clearly notice one of the SUVs is tailing you.
Yeah.
Who are you calling?
Sam.
Okay.
Sig, what's going on?
Hey, Sammy. So, are you guys getting here soon, or what's going on?
Yeah, we, I think we all had an agreed time that we were going to get on there.
Yeah,
So,
you're probably like finishing up, getting ready, like about to head out.
Yeah.
Like you can even walk there. It's like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, we're getting ready to roll out here soon. What's up?
All right. Well, you want to pick up?
Yeah, actually, that'd be great. Do you have room for? Is Red still here? Or is he out patrolling?
What's Stas's what race is he?
He's an
He's
orc.
an orc.
Or
He's also an orc, so we have an orc, and a human.
Probably not
A
enough.
big human.
Big human. So there's a bench in the back and a bucket in the front. So
I mean, like I said, like actually in real life and in Seattle 2061, the restaurant is really actually like 2 blocks away from the hotel. So they were, Stas was just planning on walking.
okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I
so
think we'll
we'll drive maybe next to you.
Okay.
In a slow roll, like
No,
baby, yeah.
She'll park back at the hotel and get out. I'm trying to. She wants to bring her shotgun, but I guess no one's brandishing, packing heat, heavy out front. So
You do
She'll-
actually see like a few like Lone Star, like more Lone Star patrols in a given 10-minute period than is usual for downtown.
okay.
Um, And those guys have like, you can tell they're like kitted up, but they don't appear to care about all these mafiosos.
0 fucks given.
Yeah, they're probably paid off.
Just as much muscle as everyone else. Great. So, well, she'll get out of her car, kind of slowly eye the black SUV, and try and meet up with Stas and Red and Samson as they come out of the lobby. Sort of wave at the black SUV, like, you know, whatever. She's got a concealed holster.
Well,
you
I'd
just
say we'd be down in like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, you all meet up down there. Sig, you just see like the person driving just has like these thick black sunglasses on, just like no change in his demeanor as you wave at him. But as you all come out, the SUV sort of like cruises by you guys, or like, yeah, cruises by you guys a little bit, and then when it sees like who you're with and what you're doing,
open fire.
No, they just like continue on and whatever they were doing before. So you guys all start walking to the restaurant. Dith, I assume you get there at some point.
Yeah, we'll try to arrive a little early and get seated at our table.
You walk through the door. The guys there just sort of like, they don't stop you or do anything, and you just walk up to the maitre d' and give him your information. He seats you guys. So basically, the restaurant's just sort of set up like there's the upper level. It's sort of like split level. Like you can see the upper level. It's sort of like a balcony, and then there's like 2 staircases that go up to it towards like the end of the room and on either side. And up there you can see a lot more sort of security and stuff set up there. Down here, even a few of the tables are taken up by security down here, but there are actually a few customers. Most of them look like older, sort of important, like maybe they're retired mafia or like, you know, important people, maybe someone's mother or something, you know.
Okay.
Just, you know, people who would actually be allowed to be here.
Right. Yes, we'll take our seat, and Dith will put on the demeanor of pleasantness and amicability, and kind of start making some small talk with Jerissa.
You didn't tell Jerissa much. Like, she's sort of like eyeing all these goons over the place.
I think
what's going on?
When we spoke on the phone, she seemed suspicious that this was in relation to some sort of
right. She was suspicious, but then you walked into like a mafia restaurant surrounded by a bunch of. She's still a little bit like,
yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, so Dith will, he won't say anything, but he'll put his hand on hers and kind of smile reassuringly, and look.
She just sort of shrugs.
The less you know about it, probably the better.
She shrugs and just orders the most expensive appetizer and cocktail on the menu to start off.
Hey, Dith!
Yeah, and then maybe 10-15 minutes later, I mean, Sig, did you ever go and dress up, or you?
Sig's wearing her usual clothing, but she has ordinary clothing, but she has her secure vest and secure coat on, as well as concealed Ares Predator. But she's going in with the crew.
Right, but I mean, Santon and Red, they have like suits, and Stas and everyone in here is all dressed up, even the security.
Oh,
very nicely tailored.
Hey.
Yeah, no, she's kind of out of character.
Okay. You get some eyes, but Stas just sort of says like, "They're with me," and you all sort of walk in.
2 charisma, baby.
So basically there's sort of like this big table laid out up there. The rest of the floor is empty save for like the security. And you see 4 individuals sort of seated at one side of the table, and there's like one spot on the other side open for presumably Stas. And then there's like sort of chairs set up maybe like 6 or 7 feet behind everybody, where there's like, and you can sort of like tell which is whose bodyguard. They're also like sort of wearing slightly different outfits, but there's chairs for those guys set up like 6-7 feet behind their boss, basically, and there's the same sort of seats set up for you guys behind Stas.
Well, and before these guys come in, and as they're coming in, I'm going to try to actively keep an eye on, or just look at the staff all around the restaurant that comes and goes, and see if anyone appears visibly nervous. Granted, they might be just because of what's happening. Try to pick up on anyone that seems edgy.
There's a few nerves. Maybe what are they called? A busboy's hand is shaking as he pours some water, as he's like looking at this, like, maybe he sees someone stretch and he can see the huge gun he has under his shoulder. But besides that, they're actually holding it together. You assume they get stuff like this more often than other restaurants. But besides that, yeah, like it's just like a bunch of teenagers, and you can even see some of them appear to like recognize and like wave at some of the mafioso that are in the joint.
Okay.
It's like they're all sort of family.
Okay. I'll just make a mental note of any particular faces that I see that look jumpy.
Okay.
Sigil will return some of the stares she's getting, and even though everyone's dressed really well, she still quite doesn't understand. I don't know. Fashion's never been her strong suit. But if anyone looks, I don't know how else to put this, if anyone seems racist or like anti-dwarf, I mean, obviously people are judging her for being underdressed, but if anyone seems to have be disgusted or put off or have certain animosity or hostility in their eyes.
Even some of the other bodyguards are dwarves. There's 1 or 2 trolls, a smattering of orcs, probably an equal amount of elves to orcs, and then the rest are humans. I mean, it's like, it's not like outward disdain, it's just sort of like that sort of feeling when you walk into a room and you realize, like, oh, we were all supposed to wear ties. Okay. It's just sort of that, and people are just sort of like, they like glance over you and you just see that flash of like, and then it's gone. So, I mean, however much you want to react to that is up to you.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Doesn't really give a fuck what people think.
Okay. So are you all sort of taking the seats behind Stas, or are you trying to do something different?
Does it appear that any of the bodyguards are like positioned with the people, like the people at the actual like table, or are they pretty much all at this other table?
No, I mean, like, I don't know how to describe it, but like just picture sort of like a square table or a rectangular table on the far side of it. So it's like long side facing you. On the far side of it are 4 people sitting there who I'll describe in a second. And then sort of 6 or 7 feet behind them, there's like maybe a pair or a few chairs behind each of them that sort of have people that you assume are their direct bodyguards. So they're not at like a separate table. They're within pretty close distance to the main table. It's just you're sort of like ringing it.
I gotcha. Maybe I'll just see Stas to his seat, and then I'll move to kind of where all the other bodyguards are.
I mean, there's you'll basically be sitting behind Stas.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Samson sits Sig sits in red. Okay, cool. Yeah, you sit Stas down, and across the table, any of you with any sort of underground knowledge or sort of like criminal organization knowledge would probably recognize or at least know of them by reputation. The 4 people sitting across the table. The one in the center, or one of the 2 in the center, because there's 4. There's no exact center. Although he probably positioned his chair directly across from Stas, is a man known as Maurice Biggio. He is the capo, the Don of Dons. He runs the Tacoma family and the downtown families. Next to him, to his left, is Rowena Finnegan, formerly O'Malley. She runs the Bellevue family, and is the daughter of the previous capo. To Maurice's right is Giordano Fiore, the Auburn Don and previously Don of Renton before he gave it up. And that's Bull's boss. That's the guy that's the Don you guys helped out with the whole Tony Bag of Donuts thing and Black Eye and all that. And then further down the table is Vince Ciarnello. He's the Don of Everett and Snohomish. And yeah, these are like the big movers and shakers. All these people, like, yeah, they have a lot of power and respect and money.
Who does Rowena Finnegan?
What about her?
Or Rowena Finnegan? Yeah, she's the daughter of the previous capo. What does she
Yes.
oversee?
Bellevue.
Ah.
It's the head of the Bellevue family, or the family that runs
And
Bellevue.
capo is primarily of what family?
Tacoma and downtown. Like he was originally from his family ran the Tacoma district, but since becoming capo, he is also, generally the capo is their sort of downtown presence.
Do we know his name?
Yeah, Maurice Biggio, or Biggio. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Biggio.
Biggio.
Something like that. Here, I can
Biggie Smalls.
copy down my notes on this.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're all sitting there.
Interesting.
And I won't roleplay with myself too much, but basically, Maurice sort of smiles at Stas, and they exchange some pleasantries. And they do a little back and forth. Stas makes a little jibe about the late night room service at their hotel. Biggio seems a little bit like it stung him a little bit, but he sort of just has this constant smile on his face. Yeah, and they just go back and forth a little bit, verbal jibes. And yeah, eventually everyone orders a drink, and they all toast. They actually all, in sort of Stas's benefit, they're all drinking vodka. Stas approves of their choice. And then they sort of start getting down into actual business after all that's done.
As they're talking and toasting, during the toast, does anyone not drink or not toast?
No, all 5 of them,
Okay.
including Stas,
And
are all drinking from the
looking
same
at
bottle.
the bodyguards behind each, I don't know, all the benches or whatever,
Right.
seats. Are any of the bodyguards? Do they all seem professional? Do they all seem to be?
I mean, you guys have been runners long enough to know that, the reason why these guys are sitting behind these Dons are because they're the best killers they have.
Okay.
They're all sitting there just like stone-faced, but still super attentive to the rest of the room, basically on heightened alert.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're definitely looking you over too.
Is anyone like closing the main doors like right before the red wedding?
Is there
No.
an orchestra playing Reigns of Castamere in the balcony?
No. There are still people. Well, I mean, you haven't been here long enough, but they haven't closed the main doors to the restaurant. Like, there's people like leave maybe a little while after you sit down.
Yeah, because they have like essentially the entire second floor is for them,
Yeah, blocked off.
but the first floor is still like
still
functioning as a restaurant. So I don't
Yeah,
think they'd
pretty
actually
much.
ever close the main doors.
Yeah, but you can sort of tell they were pretty restrictive about the guest list today. And it's it's like Dith because he has connections, and you assume other people who are close with the mob. Maybe someone's fuck, I forget the Italian word for like grandmother, grandfather, something like that. But people like that who probably come to this restaurant every day of their life for like the 2 o'clock brunch, that sort of stuff. And no one's gonna tell them to go somewhere else for their tiramisu, right?
It's true.
Because they all used to be the ones sitting at the other side of this table, and they probably still know people who would tear out whoever's tongue said that to them. So, yeah. So it's that sort of atmosphere. Like, you're in the room with like, it's, yeah.
Okay.
Runners aren't privy to these kind of things.
Interesting.
Are in a room with this much death.
Hey, come on, guys. We're just getting paid. Like, relax. Just.
Okay, so yeah, they're negotiating back and forth. It's a bunch of like boring stuff about they're asking Big E.O. and let's see who runs. Yeah, he runs Tacoma, so that's like the main shipping place. They're like, how many like super haulers can you send each week or each 6-month period, and what is that quarterly? And we have this much tonnage. It's very dry and very to the point. And Stas, like, he turns out to be a master like logician. He appears very adept at this. He can just rattle off numbers, and even when they throw like things like, we have this type of ship, he like knows the exact haulage it can do. It's keel or not it's keel. It's I forget the name of the thing. Like it's like how low of a channel it needs to traverse and all that stuff. So that goes on for maybe like 20-30 minutes while they're sort of drinking their drinks and appetizers, and then the next course comes out. It's a salad, and
It's
they all take a short break to all enjoy that.
Is it like the same group of people that are serving us the entire time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like it's like that service if you've ever been to like super fancy restaurant where it's like, they're just like super
More peppers.
yeah, they're very, very attentive, in and out. They don't get in anyone's way, all that stuff.
Fresh grated Parmesan for your salad?
Yeah, damn it was fresh pepper, wasn't it? Not fresh pepper.
Olive Garden with the. Does Dith have a good vantage point on any of this?
No, you can't really. You can maybe see like the back of Samton and Red's head. That's probably about it.
Okay, is the bathrooms, are they on the second floor?
Yeah, there's probably a nice set of bathrooms up here for.
And is the kitchen on this floor, or is there a first floor with a dumbwaiter, or is it 2 floor?
They're probably coming up and down the stairs. Probably the leftmost stairs from the direction you're looking.
The service are? Okay.
Yeah. And you can probably like lean over the railing, like lean back a little bit and see down there, and like the stairs, like the kitchen entrance is very close to the stairs. There's people stationed outside of that door too. And whenever the door swings open, you can even see a few in the kitchen itself.
Huh. A few guards in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They'd probably hold well, not yours, but they'd hold your dick when you took a piss in the bathroom, probably.
Yeah.
If they were told to.
Or your clit, yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Sure.
come on, are you guys not comfortable with the female anatomy?
Hey, that's what you used to.
That would just make it more awkward to like the
It's true.
It's it.
So yeah, they break every now and again to eat. Let's see. There's nothing else really about the negotiations, unless you guys want to know if anything specific is talked about or not talked about.
Is there any mention of Tirton gear?
Yeah, it's mentioned in passing, like, if it's possible to actually get goods into there, or if there's a market for those there. Is there a river that runs next to Portland? They also talk about, like, will they cause problems for any of the shipments? Yeah, like their security, would they like detain any ships passing by their territorial waters, stuff like that. But besides that, you can get the sense that, they're just doing their best to avoid that place, sort of. Like, they don't really run any business with them.
Okay. Is there, is just from basic understanding of mobsters too, like, what's their regard or understanding of like the UCAS or CAS?
Like their regard for the government.
Yeah.
I mean, they like the ones that they can pay off. They don't like the ones they can't.
It's the Columbia River that goes through Portland.
Oh, good to know.
Anyway. Wait, that was Vancouver. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, anyway, okay. Gotcha. I've been kind of curious what kind of politics they're talking, or if they favor any sort of corporations, or like what, how broad the capo's influence is.
I mean, no, I mean, they don't mess with megacorps or anything. I mean, they own a lot of businesses around Seattle and stuff. I don't. Yeah, they don't work too closely with megacorps.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, you've known in the past, like, megacorps might ask them to do something that they don't want to trace back to them. Same thing they would use runners for. But no, it doesn't seem like they have any favor with any of them right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't like come up like, oh, we can't sell weapons here because we have a deal with Ares or something that will cut into their bottom line. There's nothing really like that.
Beyond the initial jest about the room service at the Monaco, is there any hint or talk of rival gangs or any discussion about who might have tried to hit Stas, or is it sort of kept on the downside of things?
It was talked about, and like it was basically put to rest with Don Biggio saying, like, we'll hunt down whoever dared to attack our place of business and our security.
Alright.
Yeah. And they're also like, they say they'll work on, however that information was leaked, and they'll cut that out. Obviously, they'll burn out that cancer from their organization, so on and so forth. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's most of the major points. Okay, so yeah, they get back to business after eating, and at some point, you see one of the people behind Maurice. They get a phone call. Like, you don't hear anything, but you just see them take out a phone and put it up to their ear. They actually don't like say anything, and then they just sort of like put it away, and sort of he gently stands up and comes over and leans over in the capo's ear and says some things. And you see Maurice sort of nod.
Nothing audible, I assume.
No,
Okay.
not from you guys.
What if you have an audible implant?
I mean, if you have like, let's see. I don't even know. Let's see, cyberware. Is there any specialized?
Oh wait, Dith, you're not with us, right?
Well, I'm on the first floor.
Oh, you're on the first floor. Okay, sorry. Never mind.
But, I mean, it is an open, like, kind of layout, so...
Yeah, you would need like hearing amplification or something. Yeah, enhancement boosts the ear sensitivity across. The effect is similar to a shotgun mic. So shotgun mic's like very focused.
I do have
long range mic.
cyber ears as part of my cyberware, which are amplified hearing. So
Nice.
You have like a hearing amplification thing
Yeah.
in there? Cool. What rank is it?
I didn't. I thought it was just cyberware that was installed. I didn't think there were actual
it doesn't-
ranks.
How much did you spend for it?
Should be a rank. Does it select sound filter, John?
No, it's different. There's hearing amplification and select sound. Okay, so yeah, I guess Red, if you want to give me a perception roll at target number 6.
Get it. Get to some.
Can I make one too? Or no?
I mean, this is a whisper on a level above you, like 40 feet away. Even if you tuned out all other sound in the building, like, I don't know if you could pick up that sound. Like, the hearing amplifier says it acts like a shotgun mic, which is meant to pick up faraway sounds. The sound filter just filters out other sounds, right? It doesn't
Background noise
amplify.
can be eliminated in order to eavesdrop on conversations.
Yeah, but it doesn't amplify sound, right? It just cuts out other sound.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
First test.
Sound filter adds 1 die to listening perception test. For each level. Pose test against white noise generators. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty far away. Okay, so yeah, Red, you're not able to catch any of the conversation. You just know it's very short, maybe a few words. Bigio just sort of like nods and goes back to talking with Stas. The person, or his bodyguard that told him this, sort of like steps around the table and starts to go downstairs towards the kitchens.
I'm sorry. Who started to move down into the kitchens?
One of Bigio's bodyguards, the one who took the call for him.
Execute Order 66.
No, anyone doing anything?
I don't know. I wouldn't know that anything's happening. Yeah, Death will keep a vigilant eye on.
You see someone come down the stairs. It's the only one who's come down since the meeting began.
If he heads outside, Tith will excuse himself from Jerissa, and
No, he heads into the kitchen.
Sig will try to slink out of her chair without much to do and sort of head towards the stairs.
Okay, you get to the stairs where the one person is, keeping watch or standing there to make sure no one goes up or down without his permission. He sort of like looks down and he's like, "Where are you going?"
Bathroom.
He like points sort of across the second level to a set of doors. Says there's one right there.
Oh. How far is the dude going down the stairs?
I mean, he's, it's one set of stairs. He's probably reached the end of it and he's pushed open the door to the kitchen.
Oh. Do any other like servers go in or behind him?
No.
Like, oh, okay, thanks. So head on towards the bathroom.
All right, so Snore nods. Okay, so in the bathroom, there's a woman in there. Same sort of dress as the rest of the bodyguards, but she's sort of just standing there by the door as you walk in. Sort of looks at you and then goes back to standing guard.
Oh.
You doing anything especially in there, or just sort of killing time? Give her a wink.
Let's see.
Maybe there's a human-sized vent.
Or a dwarf-sized vent.
Dwarf-sized vent. There you go.
Is there?
Sure, why not? This is an old establishment. There's probably like large sort of heating vents
Above
left
one of
over.
the stalls, maybe?
Not above one of the stalls. Sort of out on the wall. Like, it's a smaller bathroom. We'll say like you walk in through the door, there's like a row of sinks on your left and a bunch of stalls on your right. And between them, at the far wall, sort of between the stalls and the sink, is a grate.
Can the grate be pushed aside?
Yeah, I mean, but there's still the woman there. She would like either hear or see something.
She's in the
Yeah, she's
bathroom?
inside the bathroom. Yeah.
All right. Well, Sig will casually just walk in and head to one of the stalls. I mean, she has to piss anyway. She was. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in there.
Herself. While she's sitting there pissing, she'll take a trank patch, and put it sort of up her sleeve, her right sleeve.
Okay.
Just kind of have that on hand. And she'll finish pissing and wipe up and head out.
Make sure you explain every detail.
Wash her hands using the soap. She uses kind of hot water, has a little bit of cool. She turns the cool crank a little bit just to,
Yeah, you gotta take the edge off. Yeah.
Take the edge off. But as she's washing her hands, she'll kind of like just look in the mirror, kind of check out her face, but also see if bodyguard is like straight up watching her, or if her back's to her, or if...
her back's not to you, but she's not like especially watching you. It looks like she's pretty bored, having to watch the bathrooms to make sure nothing funny's going on. So
is she, what race is she? Human? Or...
Yeah, she's human.
Okay.
She's got her hair pulled back in a ponytail, and she's got like not really mirror shades, but like these sort of they're kind of half clear. You can tell they're sort of like also a heads up display sort of set.
All right. Is she standing more on the stall side or more on the sink side?
She's like leaning against the closest stall, like to the door.
Um, close stall to the door. Interesting.
Yeah, she'd be like directly on your right as you came through the door.
Right. So my back is to her. So basically, I look in the mirror and I see her.
Yeah, you
She's
can
like
see her.
basically looking at me.
Yeah, she's not like staring at you or anything. She's just sort of like leaned up against the stall, just like. You can tell she wished she had anything else to do in here.
Sigil finish washing her hands, take some paper towels and dry them off, and kind of look over her and be like, "So, do I have to tip you?" Kind of chuckle.
It's very funny. Nope. I'm just here to make sure no one does anything stupid in these stalls.
Yeah, well, I'm just here to make sure no one does anything stupid out of that meeting.
Yeah, you and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, I was at the hotel last night.
Oh yeah?
Shit, you not. Things were pretty serious.
Shame you didn't get any of the sons of bitches that went in there.
It's a goddamn shame. I was ready, but Lone Star, and all that stuff. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, what's your gig here? You always have bathroom duty, or?
So I drew the short straw.
All right. Yeah, doing someone a favor, not bad. So, can I ask you something?
What?
A little personal. Just to go kind of look around, see if anyone else is in the stalls.
You got any cram?
She just sort of like, what? I guess.
She'll kind of walk a little bit forward, be like, "You ever like smoking some of this stuff right here?" So show like a dose of,
show her some cram.
This, yeah, be like, "You look kind of bored. It keeps me on edge and focused. No harm, no foul." But
all right, make a luck check. Target number 10 to see if you have found the one mafioso who happened to be in the bathroom and also a cram addict.
Be a cram addict. All right, luck check.
Yeah.
A 10. 10. Mom, dude, mobsters get drugs all the time, right? They're probably hitting.
Especially when they're on duty at one of the most important meetings in the.
It gives you focus. All right, here we go. Bah!
It gives you.
All right, wait. I'm gonna do a karma.
So you'll only roll 2 then, because you'll be using.
Because why?
Because luck is based on your current karma pool. So if you're using a karma to reroll, you only have 2 in your current pool, so you only roll 2 dice.
Oh.
Kind of because luck checks are kind of powerful. Like if you get them, you kind of just get what you want.
But after I roll, I'll still have 2 karma, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I need to do it.
Okay.
I need this to succeed.
Well, if you really needed to, you could just buy a success.
How much?
You have to roll a success in order to buy one.
Oh, I see.
Damn,
So you can basically buy extra. And that is actually burning karma. You'd have to permanently lose karma pool.
What if you burn a karma? Can I burn a karma right now to get a success?
Well, let me just check to make sure I'm following the rules. So rerolling failures costs one point of karma. Yeah, and then incrementally increases for each reroll. So if you wanted to reroll a second time, it would cost 2 karma, which wouldn't be any point. You can avoid an oops. So if you roll a bunch of the consequence, the rule of 1, if you roll a bunch of 1s and fail a test, usually means disastrous failure, but you can pay 1 point of karma to not allow. It does not allow a reroll, but it does turn the disaster into a simple failure.
Okay.
For an open test, If you're dissatisfied with the results of an open test, you can spend a karma pool to reroll dice at an incremental cost. So to reroll 1 dice costs 1 karma, to reroll 2 costs a further 2, total of 3, and then for 3 it's another 3, total of 6. You can buy additional dice. You may spend 1 point of karma to buy an additional dice for test up to a maximum of however many skill attribute or rating dice he currently uses. They work normally. You can buy a success by burning 1 point of karma per success. In order for a character to burn karma pool in this manner, he must at least achieve 1 success on the test normally. Karma pool dice burned in this manner are gone forever. Extended actions. Game masters may allow player characters to use karma pool points when performing time-consuming actions such as writing matrix utilities, spell research, and enchanting. Activities that require hours, days, or even longer periods. So basically, you can shorten that. The Hooper-Nelson rule. If the game master chooses to allow it, a player can decide to lower the target number of a spectacularly difficult action by burning and permanently losing karma pool dice. The amount paid is equal to the amount removed from the target number. Hand of God. The Hand of God is a second optional ruse for karma. This rule allows player characters to spend their entire stock of karma, both good karma and karma pool, in a single instant. This rule is designed for use when a character faces the circumstances and no single karma pool will save his hope.
Huh.
So it's basically you burn all of your karma in order to avoid death.
Huh.
A character may use Hand of God only once ever.
Huh. Well, yeah, I guess I'll use Hand of God. No, yeah, I'm gonna use karma and reroll 2 dice against 10.
Okay.
I thought about buying a karma or buying a dice, but I was unclear.
That would just cancel out.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because you'd be spending a karma point, lowering your pool to buy an additional die. So
give me something. Oh, give me something. Okay. Well,
no.
See what she does.
She just sort of like looks at you and she says, "This is why I'm here," and just says, "Look, put that away. Get the hell out of here."
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to, make your shift a little more interesting. You seem pretty bored.
You're trying to get me fired or killed.
Why would I do
out.
that? I'm here. Okay, fine. See ya. Yeah, she'll just kind of roll her eyes and.
You hear her just sort of like sigh as you leave, just like, ah, sheesh.
Sigil will like stop at the door and kind of walk back, be like, "Hey, I'm on your side, all right?
Just go. Just get out of here.
You can't talk to me like that."
Oh, no judgments. Just you can't do it here.
Right. I guess she'll turn around and walk away.
She just sort of like shakes her head. And then sort of says, "Fucking dwarves." No, just kidding.
Oh shit.
Okay, so what is the rest of you, or what are the rest of you doing while Sig sort of just gets up and heads to the stairs and then sort of turns around, heads to the bathroom. Like, what are the rest of you guys doing? If anything, to this guy walking down some stairs.
Have Red or Samson said anything into the comms or no?
Sam hasn't.
Neither would Red.
Okay.
Unless there's like some kind of opportunity where there's tons of chatter going on where I would be able to say something without being really heard.
I mean, you could probably get a few words in if you wanted to remain unheard. I mean,
I'd probably just mention that somebody got a call and somebody's heading downstairs, I guess. Just something real quick and brief. Potential activity or something, I don't know. Something along those lines.
Okay. So Dith will kind of watch this guy and I guess watch him go back into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Are there windows on the kitchen doors? Are there like the circular windows?
Yeah.
Or
There's a few small circular.
I
I don't like he doesn't hang around. Like the door sort of like swings and you catch a few glances as it swings back and forth, slower and slower. Um, and yeah, you lose sight of him.
okay. Is the bathroom on the first floor? Is it near the kitchen at all, or is it the opposite side of the?
It would. Your path there would probably take you like it's probably like under the stairs that he went down to get to the kitchen.
Okay.
So yeah, you have like the kitchen and then like the stairs and then like under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there just the one door in and out of the kitchen, at least to the main dining hall?
Yeah, it's like a
Besides,
big
okay.
like double swinging door thing.
Okay.
It's the main door. Yeah.
So Dith will kind of find a spot in his conversation to excuse himself to go to the restroom from Jerissa.
Okay.
He'll take a path around the tables to walk, so that he walks by the door.
Okay.
And he'll kind of try to see if on his way if there's anybody heading back towards the kitchen. If
Towards
so,
the kitchen from where? From like the dining room?
from the dining area, yeah. If so, he'll try to like time his walk to walk by the door as they're going in.
Yeah, sure.
Try to, like,
there's like
hear.
someone servicing the tables down here heading back.
Okay. So he'll try to pass behind him or her as they walk in and try to see if he hears any conversation going on in the kitchen as the doors swing open.
Okay. I mean, you do have the sound selector because kitchens are noisy as fuck. Okay, yeah, give me a perception roll. Target number. Select sound filter. But you don't know. I guess
kind
these
of
things are pretty sophisticated, so you could just like tell it to filter out everything but voices. Because I mean, you don't really know exactly what pattern you're looking for, right?
No, but the idea is that it kind of filters out
Right, background noise.
certain sounds.
Right, but
So
I
I
mean,
could
there's
have
still
it
like a
filter
lot
out,
of yelling in the
banging
kitchen.
of kettles and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I mean, I'd probably hear
so
that stuff too.
yeah, we'll say target number 6, I guess.
Okay. So 1 success.
Okay, so you're not able to really catch much of a conversation, but you do sort of, the filter sort of like goes on overload and like does its best to try and filter out everything that's just sort of noise it considers. And you know, sometimes it does a good job, sometimes not so much. But you do catch like within all the humdrum in the kitchen, there is like a conversation going on. But you're not able to make out exactly what's being said or anything. But yeah, there definitely is a conversation going on between two people that doesn't have anything to do with cooking.
Okay. So I don't want to make a. There are guards down here, I assume, kind of standing around the dining room.
Yeah, there's one standing by the entrance to the kitchen and one at the foot of the stairs.
Okay. So I'll keep moving and head to the bathroom and do my business.
Right.
But when I head back,
there's even a guy in there too. Just
okay.
Yeah.
But if when I head back out of the bathroom, I'll try the same thing again. I don't know if he'll still be in the kitchen or not, or if the timing will work out with somebody going through. But Diff will try to listen in again if he can.
Give me a luck check. Okay. See if the door opens as you're walking by. We'll say target number 5. Okay, yeah. As you're walking out, a guy carrying a big plate of stuff comes out, swings the doors wide open to make room. And yeah, give me another perception check. See if you can pick it out. Since you know kind of what you're listening for, I'll say the target number is 5, but
Okay.
doesn't
2,
really matter.
6,
Yeah, you got 2. Okay, so this time you sort of catch the, like you soon, like you're able to filter out more accurately because you kind of have an idea of what you're listening for. And you sort of catch the tail end of a conversation, and you just sort of hear like, all right, I'll let Big O know it's here. I'm sure everything looks good. I'm sure he'll be pleased. Make sure you bring it out at the very end. And you hear the other person like, yep, of course, I'll be ready when you need it.
Okay. So, Tiff will keep walking and head back to his table and take a seat.
Okay. So,
There's some bullshit.
so Sig, as you're, I mean, it's getting lucky to see a door open and get someone to.
No, I mean, that conversation, I'm not happy with that conversation, even though Seg doesn't know about it. Metagame, I'm not happy with that
No,
conversation.
I had you in on the phone line as I was
Oh,
listening.
good, okay.
Patching that through, so it's
You're
good.
patched into his sound filter. Okay, so yeah, so Sig, as you're coming back, and Dith, you're seated, you're back talking to Jarissa, and Sig, as you're coming back and take a seat, Dith, you see the kitchen doors open again, the guy comes out, and just to describe this bodyguard, he's like an older gentleman, sort of got like graying hair, looks to be in his like late 40s, at the very least, but still carries himself and walks like, a trained killer. And he sort of has like clean shaven for the most part, pretty much like everyone else here. He comes back, walks up the stairs, and Red and Sig and Samton, you see him come back, and he comes back over to Maurice, to the capo, and sort of bends over, whispers some more words in his ear, and sits back down. Red, if you want to roll for that, you can.
Absolutely. What's the target number?
6. Okay. All he said was, everything's ready. Or your, no. He said, your gift. Your gift is ready. Everything is in order.
With Dith back at the table, he'll just as if he's still talking to Jarissa, he'll just start talking into the comms. Overheard a little something. Sounds like they're expecting a delivery of something at the end of the meeting. Could be nothing, but just keep an eye out.
Okay. And then after that, the next course comes out. Everyone continues eating. The meeting's probably been on for like maybe 45 minutes, almost rounding on an hour by now. Let's see.
You keep using that word.
Do you guys want to roll for the mob or Stas to see how the negotiations go? Who gets the upper hand? Oh, Stas? Okay.
Sure. He's our we're guarding him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's probably better if the Italian mob. We're the ones who have to live with the Italian mob in the city.
So I'm sorry. I was on mute when I tried to say something back towards Darkstar.
Oh.
Yes. I was just ignoring you.
So is there like a time gap that we just fast forwarded through?
No, I mean everyone. Sig came back, sat down, and a few seconds later, the guy came back, said those words to Vigio, sat back down. Negotiations went on, and then another course came out. So it's still been just a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might excuse myself and go to the restroom real quick.
Okay. As you're getting up, Red, let's see. One of the Dons, probably Vince, sort of notes to Stas. He says, Looks like your bodyguards have small bladders. It's the second one in so many minutes. And Stas sort of laughs. He's like, well, we had quite a night last night. And everyone sort of laughs it off.
No, really, we almost died.
You might say that drives a man to drink. Okay, but
yeah,
yeah,
I'll
still
probably chuckle at Stas's remark, but
Mhm.
and I'll just head to the restroom. Assume that
Okay.
there's a guard in there.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like there's like an elven sort of mafioso guy in there. Still just sort of, nonchalantly watching the area, or just standing there on this shitty guard duty. He just sort of nods at you, entrance.
Yeah, I'll just kind of take care of my business and
Gotcha.
head on back.
Okay.
Maybe if at some point I can squeeze in some words unbeknown to others, I would mention that I heard something about a gift. But if I don't see a really good opportunity to say that, then I won't mention it at all.
Okay. Probably as you're like walking to and from the bathroom, there's like a space enough between all the people standing around that you
Perhaps. Okay,
that you
yeah.
can, get a word in. So
Yeah,
you
yep.
send back to Death the gift.
You'll hear, yeah, Death will. Yeah, it sounds like similar to what I heard. I'll keep an eye out down here, see if anything looks weird.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, right, the negotiation roll. How does this work? Each one rolls against the other one's intelligence, right? So it's 1 on 4, so Stas has the harder roll. So we'll say someone can roll 6 dice, target number 7 for Stas, and then I'll roll for the Mafia. Which also has 6 dice, target number 5. So who's gonna roll?
I can, I guess.
I vote John.
Okay.
All right.
It is known. It's at
Better
6
roll.
dice, target number 7.
Yep.
App.
Not bad, not bad.
Get you some.
Ooh, okay. So negotiations are very close, back and forth. Neither side is giving up much ground, but there is still sort of work being done, progress being made. There are a few agreements on each side that is to their satisfaction. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And it keeps going back and forth. And then the next course comes out. It's some Italian wedding soup. It's standard. That everyone seems very interested in. All right. Whoops, what am I rolling? Pay no attention to the dice roll. Not bad. Okay, so as everyone's chowing in, suddenly Stas sort of erupts into like coughs and sputters. And he continues on. At first he's like, everyone's sort of like, are you okay? And
Biotech. Can I biotech this situation for a sec? See if he's reacting to water going down the wrong throat, or is he having some sort of compulsive poisoning effect, or is
Well, how are you going about discerning? Like, are you busting
Chick's
out
getting
your
up
stethoscope and everything and taking some blood and running tests?
after he starts coughing a minute? I mean, this is more like first aid. Kind of like she's gonna get up and kind of walk down towards him and look over, see his complexion of his skin, if his pupils are dilating or not, how his heart rate seems. She might, if he continues in this manner, she'll be like, "Are you okay?"
Okay,
Maybe
like when you start walking up to like check him out, he like tries to push you away, and he's like, "I'm fine, I'm fine."
I mean,
went down the wrong tube.
she'll react to that, but she won't like necessarily go back to her seat. She'll sort of linger for a second, see if he.
Okay, but do you push it, or do you like let him push you off and just try to get a visual read on him?
No, she'll kind of push it. She'll be like, "Are you okay? I can get you some water."
Okay, I mean, unless you like sort of like knock his arm out of the way and like
No, yeah,
put
she's
your
gonna
hand to his
resist.
forehead.
No, yeah, she's gonna resist and sort of like push his arm to her side and be like, "Really, I can get you some water, sir."
Okay, give me a biotech roll with target number 4. Nah, yeah, 4. Since you're getting right up in his business. Okay. You sort of like get a quick like feel of his forehead and like feel his pulse. His heart is racing. It's definitely a reaction to something. Whether it's like allergies or something else, you're not really able to tell.
Is there any appearance? She'll be like, "You don't look so good, sir," and sort of kind of undo his top button and see if there's any redness or rashing like around his throat area.
Okay, he starts like, no, please.
All right, she's gonna try and really resist against him, not in like, hang on, not in like a hostile way, but as long as she's not confusing this for him being very hot from like spicy food. If this is a serious,
you know, it's not spicy food.
Okay,
with 3 successes. Yeah.
She's
I mean,
gonna
he's more forceful now though. Like he's like grabbing your hand. And he's like trying to push you away now, and everyone's sort of like sort of almost like sitting up at the table. Some of the bodyguards are standing up.
She'll be like, "Really, you're not okay," and like, yeah, try and get a look to see if his windpipe is being obstructed in any way.
Give me a strength check. You're gonna have to fight him tooth and nail for every inch here. He's a proud man. So his strength is 7, so that's your target number for your strength. What's your strength?
I got 4.
All right.
So I'm rolling 4 against 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna karma.
To reroll? Okay.
Yep. This is my Hippocratic oath. Get me some sugar. I want just a 6 would be great. You know?
Okay, so he's like he's very forcefully like pushes you away. Like you slip. You pull down on the tablecloth a little bit. The plates shift and jar and soup spills.
Ow.
Everyone's sort of like, well, let's see. Roll a luck check. Target number 4 to see if any of these mob bosses get soup on their crotch.
Oh man. Target number 4, but a luck check. So I spent 2 karma, so I got 1. I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. I can. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of them gets soup in their pants and sort of like stands up, like ah. And then all of a sudden, Stas just sort of like all of a sudden his breathing becomes wheezing.
No.
And yeah, he starts turning blue. Dith, even from down below, you can hear the commotion up above. Yeah, you hear like something, that loud sound when something heavy like bumps into a table and all like stuff jars around.
So he's gonna get a skin patch.
Yeah, I'm also kind of trained in medicine and biotech and stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Red, come help me."
Yeah, I mean, I would be wondering if based upon the symptoms that I'm seeing, would actual like forcing regurgitation help this scenario out?
No, because if it's an obstruction of his breathing and you like make him regurgitate into a collapsed sort of windpipe, it might block it further and cause him to not be able to breathe at all.
So it seems like he's choking on something.
Ass, but I think it makes sense. No, it doesn't seem like he's choking on something. It seems like all of a sudden, like he's having trouble breathing. But not necessarily choking. Like he was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go and try to help Sig out with whatever he needs, and I think Sig's more medically trained than I am, but
okay,
I have some background knowledge.
He's not fighting you anymore. Why don't you? So Red, you're assisting Sig in her biotech. Okay, so
thanks.
Sig, give me a biotech check. You get +1 die from Red helping.
Oh, thank you.
Target number 6.
Give me something.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely got some sort of poisoning, or it's either severe allergy, which you're growing less and less sure of. It's definitely, yeah, it's something very nasty is causing him to stop breathing. Okay.
So she'll...
everyone's sort of standing up at this point.
Diff will quickly ask Samson over the comms what's happening.
It's like Stas is going into shock. He's got some kind of reaction to the soup. Get in that kitchen, see if there's any cooks that aren't there anymore.
Who's the person that delivered the soup?
He's it was like a busboy.
Fucking Jimmy, still alive.
Jimmy.
It was Jimmy's twin. Bimmy.
Timmy.
Jimmy and Bimmy. No, I mean he's.
Is he up there right now?
No, I don't think this happened that quickly. I'm gonna say he's like he went into the kitchen and he's come back out and he's like he was like clearing off another table when all of a sudden the commotion started happening and now he's just like looking up at the balcony like what the fuck.
Okay.
So Big EO, but before any of this or after this, Big EO sort of like snaps his fingers, and his two bodyguards come over and he says like, get this man an ambulance right now, take him to Seattle General, tell him I sent you.
He's not going to have enough time, Sig's going to shout. He doesn't have enough time. We need him help right now. Don't you have any doctors?
Says Seattle General's 2 blocks away. And he says, who the hell are you?
His windpipe is closing. I'm his bodyguard.
Then you can ride along. All of his body. You can ride along. Get the car now. The 2 bodyguards like run out of the room.
Someone helping lift him.
They like start coming down the stairs.
In the commotion, Diff's gonna get up from the table and approach the busboy or whoever the kid who delivered the soup.
Yeah, he's still just standing there like, oh, what the fuck?
What cook did you get this from?
Get what? What from?
The soup. Where did you get that from?
It's the head chef Michael.
What does he look like?
He like points, and you can see by now like a lot of the kitchen
Slipping
staff
out the
is
back
like
door. That guy.
A lot of the kitchen staff is by like the door and have even like opened it up and like are starting to come out to like see what the hell's going on. And he like points over there, and you see the guy with like the big chef's hat. It's sort of like an older Italian guy, sort of balding, a little fat, rotund. He looks up and he's like, "What the hell's?"
Michael, is there any middleman between you and this getting delivered to the guest upstairs? That soup.
He shakes his head. He's like, "No, I just took it right from there."
Could I do a perception, or is it intelligence to try to see if he seems like he's just being dishonest? Or
see if he's lying. Let's see. Yeah, give me. Let's see. Hang on. That's... Yeah, give me a... Yeah, basically an intelligence check. Perception, same thing. Well, actually, I don't know if sound canceling would help. So yeah, just make it like regular intelligence perception.
Okay.
Target number 4. Okay, yeah, this guy seems way too scared and concerned to be lying.
Any of the ingredients that you used in that soup, are they new? Did any get delivered recently?
Says, I don't know, ask the chef. I just deliver it.
No, that's what I'm talking to Michael, the chef.
Oh, you've went over there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's who I questioned about it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you left the busboy in the dust. He's sort of like, you can tell he's sort of getting riled up with these like accusations, but also very scared of like what this implication means, like his food may have killed somebody or like, yeah, done something bad, because he doesn't know exactly what's happened. Like maybe someone had a bad reaction to it or something. But yeah, he just says, no, all of our ingredients I go over myself. I would not serve anything I wouldn't eat myself.
And I assume all of the other patrons have been eating their soup as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Dith will radio up to like the group and did they bring all the soup bowls out on the same platter, or was it each individually served?
They were they came out in bowls.
Right. But was it all on the same platter, or was it like?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all at once.
And
it's just
and the
5
bus
servings.
boy served it to each person.
No. It was 5 individual bowls that he brought out all at once.
I understand, but the bus boy decided which bowl to place in front of which person, right?
Yes.
Alright. Just gonna go back to the fucking bus boy.
Okay.
Look, only one of those bowls was poisoned, you son of a bitch, so tell me who told you to put it up there in front of that Russian guy.
Freeze frame. Sig, Sampton, Red, you're up. Stas is still wheezing, although the wheezes are getting less and less. You can tell he's getting less and less air. Stim patch in the throat. Stim patch. So that's like an injection of stimulant into his system.
Steroids. Yeah.
Not necessarily steroids. It's like adrenaline.
Or adrenaline, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you don't know what he's infected or he's taken, and you want to just start slapping adrenaline on him.
Well,
if
it
it's
seems
poison,
like
it could be coursing from him faster if you speed up his heart rate.
What? I guess she would know that with biotech. What does it seem like he's having? Like his throat is closing up?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like not the throat, but the parts that your trachea or your lungs, airways.
Esophagus.
Yeah. Is it their bronchial tube? What is it? Is that what they are?
Yeah, it goes to your lungs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what can she do?
Yeah, those.
I mean, unless.
I mean, you could like just bypass the bronchial tubes and start give another. I mean, if you could get to a med kit, you could probably get like a simple intubation thing to like try and force air into his lungs, or you could like try to make do with what you have and like, has anybody got a pen? And just like try and like get him some air in his lungs any way you can.
Let's see.
Yeah, Sampson's going to be pretty close to doing an emergency trach here pretty soon. That'll probably be after he passes out, but
Yeah, I mean, so they're calling an ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Or they're getting a
Doc
car. They're not
wagon.
waiting for an ambulance. They're getting a car and they're going to take him to the hospital.
Okay. I mean, if they get to the point where they're going to start moving him, I would probably ask or tell Sampton and Sig to go with him and make sure that he
Of course.
okay, and I'm going to stay here.
Well,
But-
see, I want to buy him more time. I want him.
Sure.
I don't want him to get to the car and like die. So like, no, but that's a great point. I'm just saying. I'm trying to resolve how I'm gonna treat him.
Okay. Well, I guess I might shout out, like, does anybody have a med kit or some kind of basic something or other? We need to open this guy's lungs up, so...
Is there one in the bathroom?
No, there's one in the kitchen, though. Someone yells from the first floor.
Give him the med kit.
All right,
So
I mean,
you see a
if
bunch of people
nobody's,
at the kitchen door, like, suddenly turn around and all of them try to get through the door at once. They're like, ugh, and then, okay, so they're trying to get you the med kit.
Guys, come on.
It's a hectic situation.
She'll
And
kind of
it's
like
fun,
press
complicated
on, I guess, perform CPR, or like, is it not mouth to mouth yet? Is that not required yet?
If he's having if he's having trouble breathing, like just trying to blow air in his mouth isn't gonna work because the pathway for the air to get from his mouth to his lungs is closing off.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay. So here's where the two scenes come together. You hear like a screeching of tires out in front of the restaurant. Dith, you just said this to the busboy. It was so powerful when you said it. What did you say? It's like, what did?
I think it was like
What-
you
yeah, you
placed
gave
the
him
bowl
the-
in front of him, so who told you to do it, you son of a bitch?
He said like, I just carry it out and I hand it off left to right. I don't know, clockwise. I mean, Stas was always the first because he's the guest. That's how it always is.
But how is there clockwise on a circular platter? I mean, it's all... Like, which one do you start with? Like, was it
He
marked?
says it's marked,
That it was
yeah.
supposed to be that one? And who's the one who's been marking it?
The tray's marked. You just place them in order you want them served.
Well, who places it?
The chef, or I don't know.
Well, come on, you you little asshole. Look, I know you want no part of this, but you're in and out of the kitchen.
Look, man,
I'm
anyone
sure
in that
you've seen
kitchen
someone-
knows who's gonna get that plate. So any of them could do it. And he points at like everyone trying to scrambling in the kitchen to get a med kit. Okay, so everyone says like the car's here. So you guys gonna try to move Stas?
Yeah, at least if we can get him down the stairs and then like get the med kit. Yeah.
Okay. So who's moving Stas?
Me, Sam, and Red.
No, I'm not going to move him. I'm actually probably going to try to go down towards the kitchen and hopefully get like a handoff to the med kit and rush it out front to you guys.
Okay. Sam, do you want to help me move him?
Yeah, I got him.
probably, like,
I can scoop him up. I got it.
Yeah, you two
Alright.
should have no trouble.
we'll football carry him down.
Okay, you move them through. Everyone makes space. The four Dons look very concerned and worried. Several of them are on their phones and they're like calling for assistance and people to come
Sigo,
over
you-
here and to lock down
Sigo-
the restaurant.
So go yell back at the Dons as she's going down the stairs. His blood is on your hands.
Good, threaten.
You should be
the
ashamed.
Dons.
Wow.
You gave him bread and salt. You should be ashamed.
He's under your roof. He has guest right.
No, actually, we use no salt in this establishment, so.
Okay,
God
so
damn.
Red's first down the stairs. I know, yeah, Dith. Yeah, you're still messing with the busboy. Red, you lead down the stairs. You're like a few feet ahead of Stas, Sig, and Sampton.
Yeah. And I would
So
just
yeah,
kind of
there's like this just chaos in the kitchen. Like everyone's like falling over each other. Several of them are just like freaking out. Like
Jesus
how
Christ,
how do you take control of this situation?
They've ripped the med kit apart. It's just
Ah.
flung everywhere.
No, you see like
I guess I would just kind of shout out like, "Where's the goddamn med kit?" And I just kind of start like pushing my way towards the kitchen, because that's where somebody mentioned it was.
Okay,
So
as soon
I'm
as you
hoping
yell
that-
that out, like someone in like the back, like behind like all the people, and like several of the bodyguards in here like have their guns drawn and are just like like watching everybody. So yeah, it's like adding
So wait,
oil.
Okay.
But so, yeah, someone in the back like raises the medkit above their head. It's like I got it, and they're like behind like a bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean, I would just start kind of forcing my way
Pushing.
through the crowd
Alright,
and just
give me
trying to
a-
get to the
Give me a strength check.
target number.
Target number. There's a decent amount of people. We'll say 5. Okay, but yeah, you just sort of like throw people across like countertops and stuff,
Get out of my way.
and you get to the guy with the med kit and grab that, and then just like storm back out.
Yeah, book it, and I would just hand that off to
Yeah.
Sig if I see her, or Sig or Sampton are pretty much the two people I'm looking for.
Well, we're hoisting them out, so
Yeah, you can just
Okay.
like sort of like throw it over Sig's shoulder
Yeah.
as she's going out. Okay.
so
and you guys are
we'll
carrying
dump
him.
them in the backseat of the car.
Yeah,
and
it's
Sig
one of those
will-
black SUVs. And you yeah.
Okay.
Rear
So
doors
you'll
open.
immediately like rip open a shirt and start applying. I guess it's like Benadryl, whatever is like anti-allergic, and then also
Okay.
in case it would help clear up his throat. Are there any
I mean-
inhalers in this?
There's like it's one of like the, I guess it would be like, it's a Dock Wagon brand medkit. So it has like, it's like meant to service anything from like minor cuts to minor like triage. So it does have like sort of a simple, like you can
Like
give
air,
someone
like
tracheotomy or like, yeah. Or
a bubble with a tube.
yeah. That stuff.
Okay. Yeah, she'll insert the tube down his throat, his trachea, and start
Okay.
squeezing away at the tube.
Give me a biotech roll, target number 4.
Is Red's
Red's staying in the
Sam, do you
restaurant.
have biotech? Because Sam's in the back seat with me. Do you have biotech?
Yeah.
Where are you? I don't know if you're staying on the sidewalk. We hoisted him into the back seat, and I'm like going to town with biotech. I don't know if you're jumping in the car with us or if you're.
Yeah, what are you doing, Sampson?
Yeah, I mean, everywhere that Stas going, I'm going.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have
So,
biotech,
yeah.
Sammy?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Sig and Sampton get in the back. Sampton, you close the door behind you, and the car starts to take off, wheels squealing. Yeah, and Sig, you expertly sort of guide the tracheal tube down in. You meet some resistance, but you sort of like force it past the area of inflammation and the closed off breathing, and you get it in there immediately. Like he starts getting air, and you just start giving him some air. Yeah, and
He's still
it looks
pretty
like
like
he's getting a lot more oxygen than he was.
he's still pretty much in shock though.
Yeah.
Sampton, are you like helping? You're not really helping me with him. Are you checking the scenery, or are you just watching me do my work? Or are you talking to the driver? What's your?
Is he unconscious at this point?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it was like a few minutes of craziness where he was not getting any air.
Well, it's a short ride at the hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blocks.
Basically, if Sampson's not looking for a second, and she's got a pretty solid grasp on, his tube and his air pipe, she'll maybe like slip a hand down his shirt,
Pants.
his like inside his coat, see if he's got his money clip maybe inside his his cred sticks maybe inside his
Samson,
jacket
Samson asks-
pocket.
Samson
Yeah.
asks what you're doing.
No, you're not. You're looking. This is like if you're looking out the front window. You know, you're not
No.
actually paying attention. Can I stealth
No.
him,
I mean,
dude, please?
it could look like Sig's trying to take his jacket off. Like,
Yeah, I'm like.
I don't know
ripping
if you'd immediately know what she's looking for.
No, I've been on the scene when Sig has tried it before. I'm pretty familiar with
I
it.
at least deserve a stealth check. on
Okay,
this.
yeah, we'll
Yeah,
leave it to the dice
let's see
gods.
how that goes.
Give a stealth check. Sig.
Hey, I'm doing him a service.
This is hazard pay, motherfucker. Okay, so your highest roll is a 5. So Samson, perception check, target number 5.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
So yeah, you see, in midst of what Sig's doing, yeah, it looks like she's searching for something in his jacket. And you can probably guess what.
All right. Well, if Sam's just like looking disappointed, she'll be like, "Sorry, I'm helping him out," and she'll kind of see. And is there any cred sticks in his coat pockets?
Oh yeah, he's got that black cred stick he has.
He would definitely realize if it's missing though.
Probably, yeah.
Right back real quick, sorry.
But it could have
Can I-
fallen out
can
of
I
its
do it?
pocket.
Yeah. Can I do a quick transfer?
Transfer? No, not without
My cred.
like going to a bank.
Oh. Yeah, it fell out of his pocket. She'll go ahead and put that in.
Okay, Samson, you see Sig
He's
take the
gonna like forcefully take it from you.
Whoa, hey, she'll like kind of hold it away, like, hey, this is for the better. You're
not
interrupting. You're
He's not
interrupting my medical procedure right now.
He's not listening, and he's still like if you just like try and
Are
move
you-
your hand away.
Are you
They'll, like,
fighting him
grab
on this
the
on Sig, or are you letting him
Yeah.
take it from you? No, unless in Sig, if she's letting you take it from her, if there's going to be a complications.
Yeah, she can't stop me.
What? RNG.
Yeah, I guess she'll be like, yeah, whatever, and she'll kind of like fling it at the car door.
You probably spent it all anyway. It's whatever.
All right.
She'll be like, I've been of more help than you so far. Who are you to
we'll
judge?
We'll see about that.
Okay, so back at the restaurant, Samson and Sig, you're in the speeding SUV. Diff
That's
and
not
Red. What are you guys doing?
Yep, so after Red hands off the med kit, Diff's gonna kind of like tug on his like sleeve.
Mine?
Yep.
Oh, hey.
You're with me. Let's go. We're gonna find out who the fuck did this.
Goddamn right.
So are any of the power players coming down the stairs, or they're all just sitting upstairs?
They're all sitting up there, and it's sort of been like cordoned off by all their bodyguards. And they're all, you can hear them like furiously talking on their phones, and Big O especially is very boisterous in like demanding answers. What's going on? Like, detain all these people. Like, no one's getting in or out of here.
Oh, so they're locking down the place. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
It's already like, yeah, there's people at all the doors.
Hey.
Yeah.
Alan, real quick, sorry. Getting a little confused with all the names. When I heard the information about saying the gift, it was from a bodyguard saying that to which of the bigwigs?
Big U.
The capo.
Okay.
Or,
Maurice.
Maurice.
Maurice Bigio.
Maurice Big U, yeah.
Alright, thank you.
So any of the bodyguards that are in and around the kitchen, Tiffle kind of shouts at them, "We need to get the entire kitchen staff out here and lined up. One of them is responsible for this."
And executed.
Possibly.
We'll kill
That way.
one of you each minute until you confess. Who are you saying this to? One of the bodyguards? Or one of the
whoever is, I
mafioso
guess,
guys?
close is one of the bodyguards. That's
Yeah, there's like this one
Yes.
dwarf guy with an epic Viking beard.
Nice.
There, you say this to. Give me a negotiation check to see if you can convince him to do what you want.
fast talk or negotiation.
Negotiation, like fast talk is more like if you're all of a sudden caught in a situation, you can talk your way out of it. This is more like you're trying to get him to do what you want.
Okay.
So target number... It's not super bright. What's the target number 4?
Bam.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you just like... He's used to taking orders, so... Yeah, you're just one more guy giving him orders. So yeah, he like turns around, like barks a few words at some other bodyguards, and they just start like rounding up all the kitchen staff and everyone, and even all the restaurant guests. Although a few of them like are definitely like old school gangsters, they sort of like get a pass. Like the 90-year-old Italian grandpa gets to stay at his table. But most of them get lined up. Anyone who doesn't have connections gets lined up and, yeah, over in one side of the restaurant. And actually, whoops, I need to go take a piss, so I'll be right back. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Exactly what he'd want us to do.
Indeed.
As he listens in on his remote bathroom-installed microphones. Yeah, I'm thinking Red, send you into the kitchen to look for any dangerous like substances that have been left.
Okay.
And I guess I'll try to like
You're
Get
charismatic.
someone-
I'm sure you'll figure it out. If nothing else, you can just command another bodyguard just to like do what you want to do. I'm sure he'll listen. But no, yeah. What I was wondering too is, are we? So from what Alan described, it seemed like everybody with mafia ties was not included in this. Like they're
basically the people who have been eating downstairs
those people.
at the tables, like who are like older and used to be
Okay.
like, mafiosos and stuff.
Gotcha.
They're not considered.
I guess that makes sense.
But I think the entire kitchen staff is not among them, so they're
Okay.
all out there.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're including even people with ties to the mafia that are working here as well, because it could just be somebody that's like doesn't necessarily have to be related to the other people. It could just be some like random guy that's like so stuck in his ways that he hates the Russian mafia and he just will kind of do anything just to try and sabotage it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll do that, I guess.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the plan?
So I guess Dith will ask Red to kind of look around the kitchen for anything that's been left behind that might be used in like poisoning.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go scour the kitchens.
Yeah.
I mean, so the dish that essentially poisoned Stas was the Italian wedding soup, or was it the main dish?
No, the wedding soup. Yeah, you can still. The pot of it is still boiling on the stove. Yeah, probably overboiling by now.
Guess I'll turn the oven down a little bit. Don't want to start any unnecessary fires.
You shut down. Okay.
Um,
There's a
but-
box of rat poison by then.
But yeah, I haven't worked in too many kitchens, so I don't know if there's anything in particular that might give it away. But I kind of just start looking through something that just might have left out in the open, or
Okay, give me a perception check. Target number 4. More successes, the better. Damn, okay. You sort of look around where the soup was being cooked, and once you turn down the stove and like it stops like boiling over, you see that there's actually like this sort of oily residue around the lip of the pot with the soup in it. Yeah.
does this seem odd to me?
Yeah. It's
What
like
kinda-
it's sort of like sheens like oil, like it has that sort of like rainbow sheen. But
Okay.
it's not like gasoline or anything, but it's definitely the substance that with a weird. Yeah. It's not in any wedding soup recipe you've ever heard of.
Fair enough. Is there so it's maybe I'll take I'll find some just random like towel that's probably hanging around in the kitchen, and try to wipe up some of this oil around the lip of it, and just kind of fold it up and put it in my pocket. Or I'll just hold it onto it for right now. There's no, and maybe just kind of look around to see if there's something that might kind of match this residue that's on there. Maybe I'll try to.
You don't find anything else around there except that.
Okay.
Everything else is just sort of like cooking utensils and ingredients and all that.
Maybe I'll try smelling it, seeing what it smells like, if I recognize the scent of it at all.
Do you have any like biotech would work, but it'd be pretty tough because biotech's more about healing things than causing injuries. Do you have any like knowledge of poisons or anything?
I have knowledge of medicine.
That might be easier than. Not by much.
Probably...
Like you're trying to identify something by smell, so it's going to be tough. But I think knowledge medicine would be easier than.
Then I'll taste it.
Biotech.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll try to identify it with my medicine knowledge.
Okay. Target number 6, we'll say.
Okay.
Okay. You're not able to like classify it or identify it specifically, but it's definitely some sort of like poisonous substance. But it's strange because it appears to be mixed with some sort of like alloy or something.
Okay.
It's got some sort of metallic. That's why it's got this weird sheen. It's like it's got some sort of metallic. It's like some sort of weird kind of like mercury-like compound or something. But it's definitely smells sort of what's it called? Not acrid, but arsenic-y.
Okay.
It's probably like neo-arsenic for future arsenic, but yeah, it's got that and something else special in it that you're not able to clearly identify.
So, like, because it's around the entire lip of the, like the pot of soup, could I infer that all of the soups were poisoned?
Probably.
Maybe he had a different type of silverware that reacted with it a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, if I see this entire soup thing's poison, I'm gonna probably rush upstairs real quick.
Okay, you come burst back out of the kitchen, run upstairs. The bodyguards don't really seem to stop you, as you seem to be working.
Is everybody seeming to be okay?
Yeah.
Nobody's like, okay.
Everyone's okay.
Red, check the silverware that he used with the soup. Does it look different from everyone else's?
I guess I'll check that as well.
No.
The silverware
It's got the same actual silverware.
The bowl doesn't have any like markings on it, or it doesn't appear to be.
No.
Have that oily like finish to it.
I mean, they all like now that like some of the soup is spilled and like some of it's like drying on the sides of the soup bowls. Like yeah, you can definitely see some sort of residue. It's hard to see, but since you know what you're looking for, it's definitely there.
Okay. So it's definitely present in all the soups?
Yep.
Interesting. So then why is it only him that was affected by it?
I'm sorry, Red, can you infer what it does? I'm not sure I understand what the poison is itself, I guess.
Unless he has...
Not without a more specific analysis, like he would need to break it down.
If there's some kind of alloy, or any of... it's probably nothing I could actually know, but I'm wondering if it's, since I saw that it was somehow metal infused poison or something like that, if any of
Yeah,
Stas is like
it's like poison fused with something else weird, so, or bonded with.
so if like any of Stas's like internal organs were actually like BioWare or somehow tech related, would that cause that reaction?
You wouldn't know. You don't know what he's got.
Yeah. Okay.
You think?
Red, call Sig and let her know these details about this stuff you found. It may help in some way.
Oh,
She may be able to infer.
Good opportunity for scene change.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, Sig and Samson, you're in the back of this SUV. It's clearly like one of the Don's SUVs. It's like one of those big, it's like, you know, it's for transporting VIPs, keep them protected. Okay, so right before the phone rings, Sig, with death on it, right?
All right. Well,
I think it would be me on it.
Oh yeah, it's you.
in the midst of vying, she'll be like,
Put it on
"Yeah, who is
speakerphone.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Adrian.
Sig, it's Red.
Hey, Red. What's up?
Hey, I found some information about what Stas was poisoned with. And I need you to think on the spot real quick. It seemed to be some kind of oil substance that was like fused with some kind of metallic. It was like fused with an alloy or something. Does that ring a bell to you? Because for whatever reason, it seemed like all of the soups that we had were poisoned, but only Stas is affected by it, which is.
Does Sig have any understanding of what this might be?
You could give me like a biotech check, and also, I mean, you could, I mean, you're not going to be able to know exactly what Stas, like, if he has any specific cyberware or bioware, especially not bioware, because bioware is like made to look like your own. It's made from your own cells and stuff, so that's impossible to tell without surgery, and like very finite tests. You could try to like press down on his like abdomen and stuff to see if he has any overt cyberware that you can tell.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So why don't you give me a bioware check, target number 4, and this will be sort of checking for cyberware and also seeing what you know of specialized poisons. So you definitely, just by looking at Stas, in among all the battle scars he has, you definitely notice a few surgical scars, and you can tell like some of his organs definitely feel wrong. Even now, like his body is still in shock, and like stuff is like his abdomen is sort of like rigid, and but you can still feel that he's definitely had work done.
Okay.
That you're not able to tell what, and you do know that in very special, sophisticated cases, yes, you could make something that reacts violently with someone's specific cyberware. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that would explain maybe the metallic sheen to it, like nanobots or something.
Yeah. It's some sort of like. Well, I mean, yeah, it'd be like some sort of like flak for. It's like stuff that like bonds with cyberware and just causes it to like fuck up and go haywire. Like it's not as sophisticated as nanomachines, but it's like some sort of like, you know, like microscopic flak that fucks up machinery.
Okay. So she will.
Okay, and as this happens, suddenly from like the driver's cabin up ahead, you hear a loud thump, which you both instantly recognize as a gunshot. And from the window, you can see the passenger door open and a guy tumble out. And then the door closes. And you also see the hospital pass by on the right side of the car.
What about the driver? What's he doing?
I don't know. What is he doing?
Okay, well.
Yeah, it's time to pull a gun on the driver and tell him to stop.
The front cabin is divided from the back. Like basically the back is like sort of a panic room. It's like a VIP transport. So like in the event of an attack, like your part like shuts down. Like it's divided from the front so that there can be no anything getting through there to injure anyone in the back. So it's sort of like you're sort of in a giant metal box.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So is the rear door locked too?
Yep. The whole thing is locked down. You're noticing as you, I'm assuming, test everything.
Okay. Is there a way to, I don't know, just thinking on my feet here.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of reach in, maybe cut away some of the upholstery and get to the brake lights or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
Put
you could
some
try
out.
to like cut through to like some sort of panel or something, or it's the wiring of the car somehow. Yeah.
So
What are
yeah, I mean,
what are you trying to get at?
Probably the brake lights. Is he driving
Brake
like
lights.
erratically?
No, it's still been very calm. There was like maybe a little bit of a shift when you heard the thud and the door open and the guy fall out. But
Okay.
yeah, besides that, it's been very still.
Well, it's not much, but anything to try and get us pulled over would be awesome. So,
okay, so you like extend a spur and start like slicing through the leather upholstery.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay.
So did I hear the gunshot on the phone?
Yes.
I would react like, the hell was that?
So you want to handle this?
Seriously, I have no idea. Camden's taking care of the situation. We're passing the hospital, though. We need to turn around. Driver, what's going on?
We've been had.
No answer from the driver's cabin.
Shit.
I kind of want to end it there on the clip.
No! Oh, are you kidding me?
I mean, we could go for one more hour, but I don't. It would be we'd end it somewhere less dramatic.
Oh.
Like
So-
Sig dying?
Me and Samson. You assume me and not Samson? What if I take control of the car?
Because I mean, I don't think we're gonna. I mean,
Prove it.
it's kind of possible, but I don't think we're gonna wrap it up in an hour.
We serve at your pleasure, Shadow Master.
Very well.
Is it too painful?
No, I mean, I
Nah,
like
but
the
it was
sense.
just getting good.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're gonna have to make up for it with a round of Zizzy. But yeah.
You will have to finish without Div. I won't be here for the next few weeks, so.
Well, we'll probably won't play honestly with just 3
Yeah.
people.
I have a
Okay.
wedding next week.
Okay. Well, I mean, Jake's not here next week either, so
Yeah.
next week's is next week Memorial Day weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
Indubitably.
So you're not
Memoirs.
going to be back until June.
Until the beginning of June, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, hopefully the 7th. But that's if I find a place by then and get set up with internet. So.
None as yet, John. But that may change.
Things to consider.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So yeah, we'll cliffhanger it there, and we can pick up the media res next time.
Cool.